No. That's the simple answer to the question, should you watch Detective vs. SLEUTHS? It's not much a review if I just tell you that though, is it? So, allow me some of your time to explain to you why you should steer well clear of this steaming pile of absolute mainland Chinese junk. Oh, you thought this film was from Hong Kong? How wrong you would be. I'm the Arty Dads from Asian Film Fans, and let's check out why I want to burn this film out of existence. A series of unsolved cases are suddenly resolved with some swift Judge Dredd-style justice. Feeling a little clueless to understand what's going on, the so-called chosen sleuth of Li Jun appears to help the entire hapless Hong Kong police force solve a series of essentially cold cases. These cases are being solved by a vigilante group using extreme forms of punishment, in other words violence. They are killing the alleged perpetrators. The evidence they are going off is based on a series of rambling scrawlings at the homeless encampment under a bridge populated by the chosen sleuth himself. Alongside his split personality, he teams up with a heavily pregnant police officer to solve the final two mysteries. Who is the devil cop and who is the butcher? Spoiler alert, by the time you find out, you won't give a shit. This section simply does not exist for this film. Actually, I can think of one thing. If you were curious what The Naked Gun, a popular American parody movie of police detective movies, and Police Academy, another popular American comedy series about bumbling police officers, would be like if they merged together, then this movie should satisfy that urge, somewhat terribly. Also, if you're a film student watching this review in the future and are writing a thesis about what happened to the Hong Kong film industry and what effects mainland China had on it, then this film is a great example of everything that went wrong. This movie is just an utter embarrassment for everyone involved, except for Carlos Chan. That guy has a filmography of terrible films, and this is just another to add to that pile. But Sean Lau and Charlene Choi? Sure, they've made the occasional shit film, but nothing to the extent of this. This film is supposed to be a spiritual sequel to writer and director Wai Ka-fai's 2007 film, The Mad Detective, also starring Sean Lau. Now, that film was not perfect, but at least it was entertaining to watch and mostly made sense. This is just pure shit. There is a breakneck pace to the introduction of this film that's designed to simply spin you in a circle and exhaust you before the guts of the film even begins. If you can make it past the first 15 or so minutes, then the film just gets progressively worse, although you've already experienced the worst it had to offer. So what exactly is wrong with it then? First, it's the general incompetence. There are over 21 unsolved cases that this vigilante group is dealing justice for. That makes little sense when you consider that the chosen sleuth Li Jun has essentially solved all but two of them with his bridge graffiti. The pace of the film is designed to cover these plot holes, but it's not enough to cover the clear interference this film has suffered. I watched the original language version, the Cantonese version, yet the voice of Sean Lau and a few other characters has clearly been redubbed. This says one clear thing to me, that the original version of the film was seen as somewhat problematic in mainland China and they had to rewrite dialogue in order to satisfy the regulators. There are scenes, especially towards the end, where characters are talking but their mouths are not even moving. The editor has tried to hide this by quickly cutting away, but it's still obvious and it's jarring. Following on from the incompetence element is the film's general disdain for the Hong Kong police force. Essentially, this film is saying that Hong Kong police detectives are idiots who rely on the ramblings of a man suffering from a clear mental illness to solve their crimes. This is also reflected in the film's numerous, out of place and utterly boring action scenes. I could count on one hand how many of the police officers could actually hit a target with their guns. There are shootout scenes where the good guys, and in this film, I'm not really sure who the good guys are, and the bad guys are having a shootout and no one gets hit at all. No one reloads a gun at any stage either. Only a few times do guns actually run out of bullets. Otherwise, the director has clearly activated an unlimited ammunition cheat code in the film. Then, as if one more final insult to the audience's intelligence was needed, is the pathetic visual effects that litter this disaster. CGI blood is the new favourite for filmmakers. Awful looking red mist sprays feature in shootouts if a character is fortunate enough to hit their target. Add to that the hideous looking demon, which isn't even a great metaphor, and those awful fire scenes, and you have a movie that's visually and thematically an utter disaster from start to finish. If you like to be tortured, give this crap a shot. It's only 100 minutes long, but try not to cringe or laugh or in any way attempt to take any part of this film seriously. I give this film 1 star. No, you know what? I give it half a star. And that half a star is awarded only because I recognise the police interrogation set used in the film from Raging Fire. This film is a blight on everyone's filmography, except for Carlos Chan. This is going to look like a success for him. If you've seen it though, what did you think of it? Thank you for watching this video. Please press like if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more action movie trailers, news and reviews just like this.